This video is sponsored by channel members such as Shaggy Gaming. Thank you. Guys, I have been hit with the boomer allegations. Guys, I swear, I don't only just talk about old games. Please, believe me. I'm not a boomer, okay? I can talk about newer stuff, like ENA Dream BBQ. Yeah, right. That game. So I noticed this game was becoming very popular a couple of months ago, so I figured, yeah, sure, why not? I have no prior knowledge about this, and from what it looks like, ENA is a web series that eventually became a game and a separate story told compared to a web series. You can tell because the protagonist, aka ENA, features different colors. I seriously didn't know what to expect when going into this game. Based on the cover art, it looked like a stylized game with interesting characters, which, I mean, I like that. That's cool. I wanna see that. And it's free! Sure! But honestly, forget ever having any expectations at all, because ENA Dream BBQ just completely shattered all of them and bended me backwards and then some more. One word perfectly describes this world to a T. Weird. Wait a minute, I recognize this character. Yeah, that's the character from that one image with the caption, "So what do you think her pussy looks like?" or some shit on Twitter. So I do have prior knowledge, just not the kind one would expect. ENA Dream BBQ is a bizarre game that features the titular protagonist ENA going on a side quest so that she could return to her main objective, finding the boss. AKA, that's pretty much chapter 1. Everywhere you look, you see insanity. I do have to commend the creator, Joel G, for the creativity that is in full display literally everywhere you look. This is practically eye candy for artists. So I played this game a couple of times even, and well, it sure was a game. Don't get me wrong, this looks phenomenal visually, but gameplay wise, this was a drag and quite frankly felt like a walking simulator at times. Yeah, the game certainly looks nice and tons of effort was put into this game and there's plenty of stuff to explore, but I honestly don't get why the game is designed like this. Until I remember, before I started writing this review, I did watch the ENA web series videos that Joel G posted, and honestly, they were a fun watch, just as creative as Dream BBQ, but with an aimless plot since everything that happens in these videos is mostly whatever. It's basically a ride where you feel like you took some drugs before the roller coaster of emotions you're about to experience. One thing that did stood up to me is the way these episodes are presented. They're presented like someone is playing a game, or at the very least, someone is controlling the character. I thought that was neat, and the places the camera took us were fascinating. Does that translate well to video game format? Well, yes, but actually no. One could say that this might be controversial, but I honestly don't think this is true. ENA Dream BBQ should have been a video posted on YouTube, not a full-blown video game. I don't think it works as well as Joel thought it did. I appreciate the effort that went on this game, but if you want to make a video game, then you better make it like an actual video game, not a web series video where I get to control ENA. I will elaborate on this more, but before we dwell more on that, I want to go on like a small tangent. Trust me, it is related to the topic at hand in a way, so bear with me for a second. Can we stop releasing chapter-based games? Just release the whole damn thing. I don't know, I'm getting sick and tired of like indie developers. It's literally just like most of the indie games releasing. They just have chapters and you gotta wait a big chunk of time for the next chapter. Like, at this point, I'm just starting to despise this shit. Never mind the fact that I'm left on a cliffhanger, which I don't mind cliffhangers, but to wait between the chapters can be excruciatingly long, to the point that many might just lose interest on the very sad thing. I'm not entirely sure, but based on the trailers, the ENA team might have a clear vision of the acid trip they want to showcase, but friendly reminder, Vinesauce was part of this game. He plays a small role, obviously, but he said something interesting about the production of this game. Namely, that he recorded those lines that he recorded, for like a specific character, 2 or 3 years ago. This game has been in development for at least 3 years, and who knows, it might have gone for a longer period even. That's a long ass time before chapter 1 was even launched. From what I can tell, they wanted to launch this as a full game, but instead opted for this instead. Why? You already had tons of patrons supporting you. I'm sure people would gladly offer more money to keep the project going even more, and eventually release this as a full-blown paid game. Instead, Welcome back, chapters. I certainly am not sick of you at this point in this timeline. No, 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 no! With that said, I appreciate the fact that you made chapter 1 free, because God knows the other studio couldn't get that part right. Long story short, I'm tired of games releasing in chunks. Unless it's early access or some shit, I don't care anymore. I want the game fully released, because who knows what can happen in between chapters. The direction of the game might change halfway through development, and suddenly you have to fix the game you already launched, because my god, it doesn't conform with the standards that we have now. We have to fix it and delay things even further. Anyways, rant over, let's start the review. How about we talk about the most obvious and well worthy of the praise that this game is known for? The visuals! This has to be the most gorgeous game I've seen so far. Right up there, I say, with Cuphead. There's so many animation styles that it is staggering that they managed to make it work as well as they did. Both types of animation mesh so well with the world, because it's a really funky universe, so anything you might see that is odd somewhere is perfectly fine in here. The voice acting here is also phenomenal. Genuinely the best thing about this game. It's not just an English cast. There's plenty of people that speak in different kinds of languages like Russian, Spanish, bleh, and Japanese. The different accents for many of these characters makes them very distinct, and the voice direction is honestly amazing. So many line deliveries are delivered perfectly, I must say. There's also a bunch of quips here and there that brings charm to this otherwise very creative game. The different animation styles as well is superb. I talked about this with 2D and 3D animation, but that's putting things on a surface level. There's different styles of 2D and 3D animation. Like, for example, for 2D, we have pretty modern 2D animation. Then there's also like Zelda CDI kind of animation, old-timey, so on and so forth. For 3D, there's like a fuck ton of different creatures animated in 3D that remind me of old 3D animations. Kind of like Toy Story, modern kinds of animations. All of these to combine them into a YTP. Pretty fun. The music is also expertly crafted. Most of them that have more instruments on them at least. There are a couple of tracks that are merely white noise, but they do provide great value as atmospheric songs at times. But also, I couldn't stop listening to a specific song because a specific part of the song was just way too good that I had to put it on loop, and that kind of screwed with my brain in a way. It's not a bad way, it's a good way. It made my inner soul feel at peace. Then I'm reminded of the real world the next second, be like, oh well, I guess that just happened. There's also some running gags during this chapter, most notably the I am the boss that everyone says when you meet them for the first time. Yeah, the boss is our work target, but these other frauds are being infatuated for the sake of foolishness, and that's kind of funny. Also made even more hilarious that there's like a character that Senor Pello, yes, he's a part of this wacky shit, has a character that says, I'm the boss, and if you think about it for a few seconds, then you realize why that's kind of funny. The other running gag is the infamous bathroom. Ever since before we get eaten by a door, we are told about this bathroom and crap like that. Like, this game seems very obsessed with the idea of a bathroom, and it's not even trying to hide that fact. Honestly, every time they were making a bathroom joke, they always make it fresh every single time. How did they do it? I have no idea, but just when I thought they couldn't top themselves, a giant bathroom showed up to top me. I guess the jokes are on me, huh? I mean, in general, besides those two, there's like plenty of visual gags that got a chuckle out of me and bewildered reactions out of me as well. Not just visual gags, but jokes like get a life is peak comedy. Also, I want to talk about this specific cutscene. I don't have much to say other than, oh my fucking god, it is so fucking good. Taking surrealism to the next level, if I do say so myself. And then the way the game ends is pretty cool, with us witnessing, I guess, the end of the world, feeling a sense of panic once we realize the door has been closed, and suddenly we are shown this cutscene. But that's fine and dandy because everything is back to normal. I question nothing at this point because there's no point in questioning anything. The whole game is about getting rid of smoke that this frog-ass looking just cannot stand the smell of cigarettes, the smell of burnt ash. I hate smoke, I hate smoke, I hate smoke, I hate smoke. Yeah, he hates inhaling smoke, did you guys know that? And we are his silly little bitch doing this because that's our lifestyle. Being a workaholic with a questionable backstory. I'm sure nothing happened back then. Overall, this entire game operates on cartoon logic taken to the next extreme. That's more or less ENA Dream Barbecue. So, notice how I haven't even mentioned the gameplay. Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you, but I love this game in terms of presentation and visuals. And bonus points for making this run on my laptop fairly well. A laptop that has an Intel HD Graphics 620 GPU. I bet you developers can optimize games to work for this stinky bastard, but they refuse to do so because optimizing is hard nowadays. But in terms of Well, actually playing the game and the actual gameplay behind ENA Dream BBQ is nothing more but a doing chores simulator. It is structured like a regular YouTube video, which is cool and all, but it doesn't work like this. You need actual substance, which unfortunately this game lacks tremendously. It's literally all style but no substance. You just wander around on this hub world, interacting with NPCs and do their bidding. That's it! Nothing more and nothing less. I don't know, I kinda wanted more from this. Most interactions are pretty one note, mostly because the characters themselves are pretty one note. They are hard carried by the stellar animation and amazing voice acting, but besides that, I just nod and go on with my day most of the time. Apparently, the wizard and ENA know each other from what I can gather from this dialogue, but we don't get much beyond that. That would have been cool. Oh well, maybe next chapter. This game doesn't respect the player's time. So you see, I'm a completionist. I like getting every achievement in games. Why? Well, because of bragging rights mostly, but it also makes me happy. So when I tell you this game's achievements are pretty diabolical, I kinda mean it. They're not grind slub generic levels of whatever, but what they have me do is genuinely insane. Yeah, bros, you just wait like 7 minutes until this dude passes out and dies. Voila! There you go, an achievement. How about you activate every bad house here to destroy everything besides the correct house? How about you do this insane platform challenge that makes you pass out from dizziness? Oh no, you fell down and failed? Boy, I sure am glad I get to replay the entire game up until that point just to give it another shot. This is me complaining about the lack of manual saves. Like, what are we doing here? No manual saves? Instead, we rely on autosaves that seemingly save our progress every 5 seconds. So you can't even go back to this milk lake because you have to replay the entire game purely because the autosave screwed you over. ENA team, are you guys insane or something? This is literally game making 101. Every game must have good autosave spots, but also manual saving so we can do whatever the fuck we want. It's like the law around these parts. So with that said, you guys have violated the law. Platforming. Sure do love platforming in this game. I mean, at its core, it can be fun, but it feels very clunky, and I have the #1 reason why. It's because when you slow down a bit, ENA stops sprinting for some dumbass reason. If you're gonna make it so that you hit shift to sprint and don't have to hold on it, the least you can do is allow the player to stop sprinting whenever they want with a simple press of shift. That's it. Because I can guarantee most people got fucked over on this section because of the sudden slowdown. I can confirm that I was that one guy. Also, there are a bunch of janky parts to this platforming section that it kind of made it weird to traverse, especially the stairs. The stairs in this game are so fucked, I have no idea what's up with them. This game has 2 separate ways that are connected to the giant bathroom part. That's cool, it gives more replayability to this game, which is nice. What's not nice is that the purge event is pretty lame. The way you get there is a bit confusing, but nothing too crazy. But the minigame there where we have to follow the whistle is a bit strange, because to me it feels like I wasn't following an actual path, more so just randomly walking in different rooms. I listened to the whistle, but I felt like the whistle was in multiple directions, which honestly stumped me a lot when I first played this. Well, that, and also I didn't notice the instruction, but that's nothing to worry about. Now, this totally might be a math is a bit stupid moment, but I swear I'm not crazy. Something's off about this. I can feel it. And that's the game. Truth be told, it's not that long. At best, it will take you an hour and a half to get through, or at worst, 2 hours to experience this game. That's quite a short runtime, which I don't mind necessarily, but in this case, the game doesn't provide much for gameplay in these 2 hours. It kind of makes the game feel a bit like it drags on. Like, for fuck's sake, look at what you created. You can easily put any genre, any type of gameplay in this acid trip of a game, and I would honestly not even question it. Yet all we got is job simulator, small platforming section that's kind of a little bit wonky, and follow a sound in this maze-like area. That's the best you could have done? I don't know about you guys. If future chapters are anything like chapter 1 was in terms of gameplay, then I'm not gonna be as excited. You will need more than an interactive YouTube video for me to sing your praises. It's not like I hate everything about this game. I love the art, the voices, the art direction, the music is banging. I just feel sorely disappointed on this. If you enjoyed this type of game, then I might look a bit funny at you, but I'm not saying anything. I don't know. Simple walking simulators with a quirky gimmick aren't gonna cut it for me, Chief. You can still do those if you want, but I also want something else alongside it to strengthen the experience and create a memorable game, not just in story and visuals, but also gameplay. It's like I expect the dessert to be pretty damn good while I eat the main dish, something to look forward to and expect, to make it fun, instead of feeling like I'm doing nothing but side quests and the main quest is like 10 minutes long. I want ENA Dream BBQ to be good, but at the moment, Chapter 1 is just fine, nothing more and nothing less. So basically, what I'm saying is, give us the ENA OnlyFans minigame or else.